Paul, almost lost for words at that ending. Had chances to maybe kill the game, and it's cost us dearly in the end.
Well, that's what happens. I felt first half you could obviously see where their threats were, which we'd spoke about, and obviously being had feedback on from a couple of reports. But I felt we handled it reasonably well. They had opportunities in the first half where they kind of fizzled out from their threats, but I thought we were valued to go in at half time with the lead, and could have had another one. Could have had another one from I think Joe Pigott had a chance, and it come back to him, and it ends up falling to Byron. But yeah, first half was pleased with. Second half we came out, and again it was an open game. To be fair, the way they set up, they believed the two wide players pushed right on, and we were obviously 4-4-2. So you're quite open on a big pitch like this. But I felt like we were as much of a threat when we had chances, when we had chance to get the ball wide as they were at times. And then when we go through, when Paddy goes through, he's just got to pull the ball, just got to pass the ball to Joe or Rafi. Either of them were free in the middle of the goal for a simple tap-in. But you don't, and you end up ruining that. I think there's a foul in the middle of the pitch for the equaliser on young Amir. Ball goes wide. To be fair to the lad, it's a great finish once he gets in the box, but it's definitely a foul. I've asked the referee. He said he just thought it was a coming together, which is the favourite one. And then the penalty at the end. I couldn't quite see. Earlier set pieces had been Troy and their six marking each other and all over each other. So I'll have to look at it before I comment on that. But the ref's obviously closer to me for it, but he was closer to me as well for when their big six handled it on the edge of the box, 5 yards outside the box as well, which he said his body, his arm was too close to his body for it to be a handball, even though it hit his hand twice. So, but these are the things that go against you when you go through and you make those decisions. They're the decisions that you get wrong, which ultimately end up with the consequences of what's happened in the last 5 minutes. But it's tough to take because I can't fault effort, I can't fault work rate. And like I say, on another day we go 3-1 up, and the game's not over at that point, because it was 10-15 minutes or so into the second half. But it's a long way back at that point.
Yeah, Troy, I mean, not his day, maybe not his season either. It just seems to be, in terms of the amount of cards, it's just
I can't condone it. I can't defend it. I've just said to him, I've never known anyone get 4 red cards before New Year. Certainly that I can recall. And the poor, and we need to. What do you do? It's probably looking at 7 matches maybe now, on top of the 2 that he's already had, the 3 that he's already had, which will be 10 plus 1 for 5 yellows. It's a quarter of a season with suspension.
Yeah, so you felt the crowd sort of starting to get into in the second half. Do you think that we showed enough to stand up to the pressure that was being thrown at us?
I felt we did up until that point. I felt, listen, sometimes you have to accept if there's a standout player on the pitch, which was clearly there, 7, and he scored a worldie for the second. To be fair to him, he was a constant threat all day, and he'll go and play higher him. Based on my first viewing of him, he'll go and play higher because he's got a lot of talent, a lot of ability, direct, goes both ways. But I felt at that point, okay, we've suffered from such a class. See it out, and like you say, the crowd got up. I'll have to see the foul again for the penalty. I can't say there was a lot of bodies in the box. and anything can happen. And unfortunately, we're on the wrong side of those margins again, where we end up with no points.
Obviously New Year's Day now, Northwich, another team that are down there.
Yeah.
That's taken on perhaps even more importance now.
Well, they're just all important, aren't they? We need to, I don't know, it's not through lack of effort, it's not through lack of work away from match days by the staff, by the players. It's not through any lack of effort. It's just sometimes when you're in a rut, confidence is low, you're young, we're very stretched numbers wise, and obviously when you are young as we are, you do feel it, and confidence does become a bigger issue than if you experience, you might have that experience calmer head to say, well, let's just settle it down a little bit. But like I say, I can't fault effort and work rate, but unfortunately effort and work rate isn't getting us results right now, so we need to we need a couple of players in, definitely. We need a couple of players in, which I've been working on, but it's not easy. There's not too many good players readily available, so we just have to keep working at it.
Yeah, we had a good away following today. Unfortunately, it's come out the wrong side, but they gave.
Yeah, the fans were great. I mean, they've said to the lads, "Come on, New Year" and stuff like that, and encouraging them at the end when the lads have gone over to show their appreciation for coming on Boxing Day. And to be honest, they've had that all season, and I don't think any, as staunch a supporter as we've got, I don't think any of them would say that the work rate hasn't been there, the effort hasn't been there, the want for trying to do the right things has been there. It's just at the minute we're just slightly off colour. It's been too long, but yeah, the only way you get through this is through sticking together. I want to wish them all a happy Christmas. I haven't really had a chance to do that, and hopefully a much better New Year for the Dabbers.